Hey guys, hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So GATE exam is very near and it's very important to practice aptitude portion because that is one part which can give you 15 marks out of 100, and that's why I already uploaded some videos in the aptitude series where I used to make topic wise videos, but then I found that it is also important to able to solve all the 10 questions in a single video and in a single go. So I thought of making this concept a little bit different. Do let me know, give your feedback in the comment section whether this is good or not, or should I switch back to the topic wise videos. Because here what I'm going to do, I'm going to take previous year's questions of different subjects, just like I have taken for electrical engineering. Over here there are different subjects for GATE exam, and all the subjects, like many of them have different aptitude sections and different questions in the aptitude section. So because we are preparing for aptitude part, so it's not only like you only have to solve chemistry questions for aptitude, but I thought that I'll be taking these questions, these 10 questions in a single video, and I'm going to tell you how to solve them one by one and what are the tricks required to solve such questions. In that way you will be able to get a mixture of 10 questions in a single video, and you will be able to see that how to approach them. All right, so that is the idea behind making these videos, and I hope that you guys are going to like it. So let's start with this first one. So I have taken electrical engineering question paper of GATE 2023 exam. This is general aptitude part, and let's start with it. So the first question is from the English section. It says that Rafi told Mary, I am thinking of watching a film this weekend. The following reports the above statement in indirect speech. Okay, so this is a direct speech, and the indirect speech says that Rafi told Mary that he dash off watching a film that weekend. And now what happens that when you are, so basically this question is from the English and grammar perspective, and this is nothing but just converting direct speech to a indirect speech. So what happens when you convert a direct speech to indirect speech? Okay, so first of all what you do is you change the person. Okay, so if the pronoun is in first person, okay, like first person means I, me. Okay, these are first person. We convert it into second person. Okay, second person means I will convert into he or her depending upon the gender, and like that. Okay, so that's how I and me get converted into he or her. In the same way, the everything is same over here. See, it's I is converted into he also. The only thing is the verb is not converted. Okay, so you also change the tense of the verb. So whatever has happened in the direct speech happens in the present tense. Okay, this happens in the present tense, whereas in direct speech the thing happens in the past tense. Okay, so now you have to think of the past tense of this verb. The verb is over here thinking. Okay, and also there is a helping verb am. So I am thinking, you have to convert it into past tense. So for that, see, the if you look upon the third form of the verb thinking, it is thought. And if you just write it down like Rafi told Mary that he thought of watching a film that weekend, it sounds good or it sounds correct, but no, it's not correct. Because Rafi was like he is thinking, right? It's in present continuous tense, so it should be in the past continuous tense also. Just this helping verb is going to change. So am is going to convert into was. Okay, so it will become a Rafi told Mary that he was thinking. Okay, he was thinking. So the verb has not changed, but the helping verb is basically changed to make the whole like the whole speech direct to indirect. Okay, so the correct answer for this should be D. You can read about this direct and indirect speech in more detail. Coming to the next question, it says that permit is related to what if enforce is related to relax. Now you see that enforce means to putting down or to forcing down something, and relax means leaving something relaxed. Okay, so these are kind of opposite or opposite words, right, or known as antonyms, right? But for the permit, permit means you are giving somebody permission to do something, So for that, the meaning of word allow is also same, that you are allowing something. License is also same. License means the person is allowed to do something. Reinforce is again the opposite of enforce. Sorry, it's similar to enforce. So reinforce means again you are applying or allowing somebody to do something. The only word which is opposite of permit is forbid. Okay, so just you have to look for the word which is having opposite meaning. So that's how this question will be done. Let's take the next question. It says that given a fair six-faced dice where the faces are labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, what is the probability of getting 1 on the first roll of the dice and 4 on the second roll of the dice? Okay, so you have a dice, and a dice is in the cubic form, of course, and you have all these numbers written. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. It is written on it. Now, if you are throwing this dice, the probability of getting 1 on dice is how much? So how many ones are there in the dice? There is just one. So 1 divided by how many total numbers can be there? There are 6 numbers. So it will be 1 by 6. See, the formula for probability is very simple. It is equals to a favorable outcome. Favorable outcome means what you need, okay, divided by total outcome, means how many things can be taken out total. Okay, so favorable outcome here is 1, which is 1 times only present, and total outcomes are 6 because there are 6 numbers which you can get. So probability of getting 1 on the dice is 1 by 6. Similarly, probability of getting 4 on dice. Okay, so how many 4 are there? Just one 4 is there. So again 1 divided by 6. Okay, because you have 4 1 times on the dice, that's why it will be 1, and total outcomes are 6. So it is again 1 by 6. Now there is very important thing which you have to take care of. Whenever in the probability kind of question, okay, whenever in the probability kind of question, if you have two events, if you are given with two events and these two events are attached to each other by or, okay, in that case you have to add the probabilities. What you have to do, you have to add the probabilities, and if it is like related with each other with and, in that case you have to multiply the probabilities. Very important short trick you can say, and that can be used here as well. So if you see this particular question here, it says that what is the probability of getting 1 on the first roll of the dice and a 4 on the second roll. So and is there, so what you have to do, you have to multiply these two. So the final answer will be 1 by 6 multiplied by 1 by 6 will be 1 by 36. That's going to be your final answer. So that's the trick which you can use to solve questions related to probability if you have more than one events. It is true for more than one events. Now two, just if you have 3 events also, then in that case also you can use the same logic. Okay, let's take the next question. It says that a recent survey shows 65% of tobacco users were advised to stop consuming tobacco. The survey also shows that 3 out of 10 tobacco users attempted to stop using tobacco. Based upon the information in the above passage, which one of the following options can be logically inferred with certainty? Okay, understood? So you have read the passage and now we have to look upon the options. First option says that the majority of tobacco users were advised to stop consuming tobacco, made an attempt to do so. A majority of tobacco users who were advised to stop consuming tobacco did not attempt to do so. Third says that approximately 30% of the tobacco users successfully stopped consuming tobacco. And fourth says approximately 65% of the tobacco users successfully stopped consuming tobacco. Now you have to see that 65% of the tobacco users were advised to stop consuming tobacco. So in case if there are 100 tobacco users, let's say, okay, tobacco consumers basically, so out of those 65 were advised, right? 65 were advised, means 65% were advised. Now out of those 65 advised, it says that the survey also shows that 3 out of 10 tobacco users attempted to stop using tobacco. Okay, so yeah, so 65 were advised and 3 out of 10 will be somewhere around 30%. So it's not majority. Okay, so the majority of the tobacco users who were advised to stop tobacco made an attempt to do so. No, that's not correct. They have not made an attempt to stop it. But a majority of tobacco users who were advised to stop consuming tobacco did not attempted to do so. That is actually somewhat correct. Okay. But let's talk about the percentage here. So is it the 30% of the tobacco users who successfully stopped consuming tobacco? So simply you can say that out of 65%, like out of 65% means 65 people were, let's say, advised. Okay, they were advised, and 35 were not advised. Okay, but out of those who were advised, out of these 65, 3 out of 10, okay, 3 out of 10 means around 30% basically stopped using tobacco. But this 30% is not the 30% of total, but this is 30% of 65 who were advised. Okay, so if you go into calculation, this should be like 30% of 65 who actually stopped. So it will be 30 upon 100 into 65. You can do the calculation, although it's not needed. But yeah, it like you can do that. So this will be around yeah, 13, and this will be around 2. So this is going to be 26 by sorry, 39 by 2. So this will be somewhere around roughly around 19.5%. Right. So this many people actually stopped consuming out of total. These were the people who stopped consuming this. So approximately 30% of tobacco users successfully stopped consuming. That's not correct. So many people actually did wrong here. They just saw that okay, 3 out of 10 means 30% stopped, but that's not correct. This 30% is for the total for those who have advised, who have been advised. Okay, because 35% were not even advised, so we are not considering them here. Then again, the fourth one is also incorrect. The only option which seems to be correct is option B, which says that the majority of tobacco users who were advised to stop consuming tobacco did not attempt to do so. All right, fine. Let's take the next question. So the next one says that how many triangles are present in the given figure. Now, whenever you are asked with such questions, always start counting from the smallest triangle which you can see. Okay, so the smallest triangle you can see is here. So I'm just numbering it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I got 8 like triangles which are smaller ones. Then if you see, now you have to basically, you have taken single, now you have to take two triangles, and you have to go for a bigger triangle. So you can see that this is a bigger triangle which I have got. So this is one of the bigger triangle. Then you have one more bigger triangle, and then you have one more bigger triangle here, and then you have one more bigger triangle here. So you will see that you got four bigger triangles more, four more bigger triangles, right? Now again, you have to look upon that whether I have more triangles or not. So then you will find out that if, yeah, if you combine these three, you are getting one more bigger triangle like over here, right? This is the one. Then you got one more here, right? Then you got one more here, right? So and then you got one more here like this. So these are the more bigger one, where actually three of the triangles are being included. Sorry, two triangle and one rectangle is being included. So four more you got. Then you can take even bigger triangle, and those triangles are like the diagonals of this, like this. Okay, so this is one of the triangle. Then you got another triangle like this, right? Then you got another triangle. So like this you will get four more. Okay, and at the end you will get these four. So plus four more. So basically I'll correct it here. Yeah, so plus four more. So if you add all of them, this should be 20 triangles, and option number C should be your correct option. Okay, so these were 1 marker questions. Now we will go for 2 marker questions. It says that students of all department of the college who have successfully completed the registration process are eligible to vote in the upcoming college election. However, by the time the due date of the registration was over, it was found that surprisingly None of the students from the Department of Human Science had completed the registration process. Based upon the information provided above, which of the following sets of statement can be logically inferred with certainty? First says that all those students who would not be eligible to vote in the college election would certainly belong to Department of Human Science. Second says none of the students from the department other than Human Science failed to complete the registration process within the due time. Third says that all the eligible voter would certainly be students who are not from the Department of Human Science. So which of the statements is actually correct? So see, understand this statement. What it says, the students of all the department of the college, they were eligible to do the registration. However, by the time by the registration time was over, it was found that none of the students of Department of Human Science had completed the registration. That means these people cannot vote. So all those people who would not be eligible to vote in the college election would certainly belong to Department of Human Science. And there could be some other people also, right? There can be some other people also. That means that there can be, see, all the people of human science didn't voted, but there can be some people from like, let's say if there are 100 people in chemistry, out of 100, 10 or 20 didn't went for registration. Then if there are 50 people in physics, let's say 10 or 20 didn't went for registration. But in the Department of Human Science, nobody went. If there are 100 students in Department of Human Science, nobody went for registration. Okay, 0 of them did registration. So all those 100 were like not eligible. So but which are the students now which are not eligible to apply for the vote? So they will be 100 of human science, 20 from chemistry, 10 from physics, like that. Okay, so it's not like all those students who have not been eligible to vote in the college election would certainly belong to Department of Human Science. Okay, so all those will not be belonging to the Department of Human Science. So just to make you understand, I'm just making over here. So let's say that human science has 100 students. Let's say chemistry has, let's say 120 students. Let's say physics has 80 students. Okay, I'm just making this. Let's say English has 50 students. So those who didn't went for registration. Okay, so registered, if I write down the registered students, so for human science, there was nobody who registered, 0 who registered. From chemistry, let's say 100 registered. From physics, let's say 60 registered. From English, let's say 40 registered. Okay, let's say this is the number who registered. So those who didn't registered, so not registered, if I write down not registered. Okay, so not registered will be 100 from human science, 20 from chemistry, 20 from physics, and 10 from English. So these not registered ones are those who are not eligible to vote. Okay, these are the ones who cannot vote. So can we say that all those who could not vote certainly belong to Department of Human Science? No. See how many people cannot vote. This is the approximately 150, 100 from here, 20 from here, 20 from here, 10 from here. So those who cannot vote, some of them belong to chemistry also, some belong to physics also, some belongs to English also. So this statement cannot be certainly said. Second says none of the students from department other than human science failed to complete the registration. Again, this also becomes wrong because students from other department also are like they also failed to do the registration. And the last one is certain, that all the eligible voters would certainly be students who are not from Department of Science, Human Science. So see, these are the eligible students, and here in the eligible student there is nobody from Human Science. So this is the one which you can say from certainty. So only option C, or only option statement number 3 is the correct answer. Okay, let's take the 8th question. It says which one of the options does not describe the passage below or follow from it? It says that we tend to think of cancer as a modern illness because its metaphors are so modern. It is a disease of overproduction, of sudden growth, growth that is unstoppable, tipped into the abyss of no control. Modern cell biology encourages us to imagine the cell as a molecular machine. Cancer is the machine unable to quench its initial command to grow and thus transform into indestructible self-propelled automate. Okay, now what are the like statements? The first says that it is a reflection of why cancer seems so modern to most of us. Second says it tells us that the modern cell biology uses and promotes metaphors of machinery. Third says that modern cell biology encourages metaphors of machinery and cancer is often imagined as a machine. Fourth says that modern cell biology never uses figurative language such as metaphors to describe or explain anything. So the question was that which of the following option does not describe the passage below. Now, if you see, the first statement is quite what is said in the statement, that yes, the reflection of why cancer seems so modern to most of us. Then modern cell biology uses and promotes metaphors of machinery to explain us about the cancer. Modern cell biology also encourages metaphors of machinery, and cancer is often imagined as machine. But fourth statement is totally incorrect, and that is our answer also, because modern cell biology never uses figurative language. That is incorrect. We have used some figurative language over here. You can see figurative language means when you compare something with other. Okay, they are figures of speech, so they are talking about that. Such as metaphors. Metaphors is the same thing. When you compare something to the other to exaggerate something, that's called metaphor. Okay, so statement number D is the correct option, which is not describing the passage below. Okay, let's take the ninth question. It says that the digit in the unit place of the production of this is okay. Whenever you are asked to solve some questions for the digit unit place, always remember that you first of all find out the digits and their powers. Okay, so 3 to the power 1, 3 to the power 2, 3 to the power 3, and 3 to the power 4. What exactly you will get? 3 to the power 1 will be 3, 3 to the power 2 will be 9, 3 to the power 3 will be 27, and 3 to the power 4 will be 81, right? Remember that after every 4 power, your like fourth power, the unit digit repeats itself. So 3 to the power 4 will power 5 will have unit digit as 3. You can check out also. Okay, 3 to the power 5 will be 243. So again, the unit digit is same as first one. Okay, so 3 to the power 4 will be the one. Similarly, you have to check for 7 to the power. So 7 to the power 1 will be 7, 7 to the power 2 will be 49, 7 to the power 3 is going to be 343, and 7 to the power 4 is going to be 2401. And if you try to check 7 to the power 5, that is again going to become 16807. So the unit digit actually repeats itself, right? That's what I wanted to say. So you will see that the unit digit here for 3 to the power 2 is 9, 3 to the power 3 is 7, 3 to the power 4 is 1. Similarly, for 7 you have 9, 3 and 1, right? Now the thing is that you have to solve these. Okay, so 3 to the power 999 multiplied by 7 to the power 1000, always divide this number by 4. Why? Because after every 4 power the digit is changing. That's why we are doing it. So this will become 3 to the power 996, because if you divide 999 with 4, you will see that 2 times is 8, you get 1, 9, you are going to do it 4 times, that's 16, 3, 9, then you are going to do 9 times, that is 36, and 3 will be left as your yeah, that it will be left as your remainder. So you can write down this as, you can even write it down as 3 to the power 4 into 249, okay, and plus 3, right? That's how we can write down, multiplied by 7 to the power, this is very simple, this will become 4 into 250, right? How I have done, see, quotient into dividend into quotient plus remainder, right? That's what I have written. You know, anything power if is added, you can separate it out. So this can be written as 3 to the power 4 into 249 multiplied by 3 to the power 3 and plus, multiplied by 7 to the power 4 into 250. So whenever something to the 4 multiple of 4 comes, right? So this you can see that 3 to the power 4 was 1. So the unit digit corresponding to this is 1. 3 to the power 3, the unit digit corresponding to 3 to the power 3 is 7, right? And the unit digit corresponding to 7 to the power 4 is also 1. So when you multiply them, your answer should be 1 into 7 into 1 should be 7. So your answer is option number A. Okay. So whenever you are asked with certain question for the unit place, you have to divide by 4, and then whatever remainder you get, separate that out. then see the fourth power and the unit digit of that, just write it down, and whatever is left out, that particular unit digit of that, and multiply, and that's your answer. All right, let's take the last question now. The last question says that the square with side of length 6 centimeter is given. The boundary of the shaded region is, okay, defined by two semicircles whose diameter are of the side of a square as shown in the figure. The area of the shaded region is how much? So to solve this question, see these are quite symmetrical. If you find out the area of this first region, you will be able to add or do twice of that to get the total answer, because these two are symmetrical. Whatever area of first region will be there, area of second region will be same. So I'm just going to do it like I'm just going to draw this separately. Just one part I will show so that it becomes easy for you to look upon these things. Okay, so we have, like, this part is taken out and we have this as the shaded region. Okay, so how to find out the area of this particular thing? So what you have to do is you have to actually like you have to first of all find out the area of this much, this green shaded region, and you have to subtract it from the area of this semicircle. That's how you are going to do. Now to find out the area of this green shaded region, which is basically this white one, first thing is to find out the area of just this much region. Okay, just this much. Okay, just this much region. So how you are going to do that? Let's call this as A, let's call this as B, let's call this as C. So we have got a like area of sector. Okay, this whole, this ABC quadrant. Okay, we have a quadrant, and if I subtract from the quadrant area of triangle ABC, then we are going to get the area of the shaded region. Now the quadrant area of quadrant is like pi by 4 r square minus area of this particular triangle will be half, base is BC, height is AB. So radius is 3, right? So it will be pi by 4 into 3 square minus half into 3 into 3. If you solve this, this becomes 9 pi by 4 minus 9 by 2. If I take LCM as 4, it becomes 9 pi minus 18, and that's the area of this particular shaded region. Okay, what I have to do now, I have to subtract this, or I'll not solve this here, I'll just keep it till here. Now I have to subtract this thing from the area of the semicircle, right? Of course we have to do it twice. Why we are doing it twice? Because we need this whole region, right? We are going to twice, so twice of this will be 2 times of 9 pi by 4 minus 9 by 2. Now we are going to get the area of first means this first shaded region. Okay, that will be area of semicircle minus whatever we have got here, that is 2 into 9 pi by 4 minus 9 by 2. Okay, this is 9. So area of semicircle is pi by 2 and radius is 3 r square minus, you solve this, this becomes 9 pi by 4. This 2 and this 4 can be cancelled out, so this becomes 9 pi by 2 and minus this becomes 9. Okay, I have multiplied with 2 here, so this becomes 9 pi by 2, open the bracket, it becomes 9 pi by 2 and plus 9, so you can cancel out this and this. Okay, so you got 9 as the area of first shaded region, and similarly the area of second shaded region is also going to be 2, it's also going to be 9. So total area of shaded region will be 2 times of area of first shaded region. Okay, and this will be 2 times of 9, which will be 18. Correct option is B. So although it looked very complicated, but you have to be very careful while solving such questions. Option B becomes correct choice. So that's all for this video. I'll be coming up with more videos like this. Do let me know if you guys like this concept, or shall I switch back to solving a single topic in a single video. So that's all from my side for this video. Take care. Bye bye. See you guys in the next one. Take care.